Hey everybody, Jennifer Wythman with Benchmark. I'm actually using my phone on top of my computer because Facebook on my computer was not letting me go live. So today we're going to be talking about veteran loans, VA loans, and especially their appraisals. There is a really big misconception out there among agents, so I really hope a lot of agents see this, as well as potential sellers. Our veterans have certain benefits that they are given with regards to housing because of the service they gave to us all, and a lot of times when they go to buy a home, their offers aren't even looked at. I am a military relocation professional, so I have a special designation pertaining to active duty and veteran buyers. And I see all the time on national Facebook pages where, oh my gosh, I can't get my veterans VA loan accepted. Maybe we're going to have to switch to conventional. Maybe we're going to have to switch to FHA. And that's really a shame because they have different rates for them. They have lower fees involved. There's a lot of benefits that go with these loans that they have earned, and quite frankly, I think that they should have. I want to start by saying that I'm not an appraisal, and I see that I've got people who have joined me, but I can't see who because it's on my phone, and I'm just not able to. So thanks for everybody joining us, and hello. So these two pieces of paper, I have great lenders that I work with, and one of them sent out USDA conditions for appraisal, conventional, VA, and FHA. And the thing that people don't realize is there's really not a whole bunch of difference on a normal home that you're going to run into between an FHA, USDA, and a VA loan. They're all government-backed loans, so they have certain requirements for safe, structurally sound homes. Now, conventional appraisals, those are really mostly to do with what's the resale value of this home. So I gave the example recently that I had a house that was built in, 1910, 1920. And it was a fantastic house, very, very clean on the inspection. But the windows would not open because somewhere along the last 100 years, somebody had painted them shut. So when I discussed with the seller, the options were to cut the paint open, and then we didn't know, it was like the old rope and pulley system. And I had no idea, neither did they, if those ropes would be compromised. But as far as windows looking out, they were functional, but they didn't provide egress. So in bedrooms and in certainly, and in the most rooms of the house, you have to have a method of egress, a door or window that works. So on that home, we suggested that it was only going to be a conventional or a cash buyer because we didn't want to get into these appraisal requirements. So I've been very successful in getting our veterans into the homes they want, even in multiple offers. And part of that is because I understand this system. So when you go out to look at a home, if you're looking with me or a good agent, they're going to be like, okay, you need to note that this may cause a problem on an appraisal. And when you're listing your home, when your agent goes through and looks at things, they need to look at it from that eye as well. So one of the things that's going to pop is peeling paint. No lead-based paint regardless, but peeling paint will pop sometimes too. Also on FHA, and up 3 steps without a handrail, it's going to pop. I mean, when we moved here, again, FHA, we had to put in a 2x4 handrail because we weren't going to keep it, but the loan couldn't close without a handrail because of the number of rises. So here are some things that they look for on a VA appraisal. If you want more, if you want to read the actual details, I'm going to post that link in the comments to the actual VA benefits page that talks about appraisal conditions, because there are some things that come up, an unusual home, a dome home and a log cabin and certain things. There are certain things that come up in coastal areas that we're not going to run into here in Middle Tennessee. So the crawl space has to be vented, it has to have adequate access, and it has to be clear of debris. Okay. That's going to be a good thing in most homes, okay? But they may require that. In a lot of new construction, they throw debris under your house, but that's something that you should ask to have removed on an inspection, or just do it yourself because it's a potential picnic for termites, according to my good friend Bob D'Amato. Drainage, dampness, and pooling. The lot has to be graded to prevent pooling of water on sites and so that it drains away from the home. All right, that's going to be on the FHA and USDA also. Excessive dampness or water in the crawl space has to be corrected. Same with leaks, but that's going to be the same on an FHA or USDA home too. Electrical or exposed wires. Box cannot have frayed wiring, exposed wiring. Any outlets and fixtures or light switches must be covered. An outlet within 10 feet of a water source that has only a regular 2-prong has to have the GFI outlet grounding. Now, even in other homes too, if you've updated your home, if you've updated in the bathroom or the kitchen, you're going to have to bring it up to codes. And again, these are things that are going to come up on inspection and are often asked for. But here's the thing. Our veterans are very often competent people. No surprise, right? So a lot of times they're going to see a house and they're like, I don't care, I can fix that anyway. And then I'll be like, okay, I understand that you can fix it, but that may come up as an appraisal condition. And it's not one where on an inspection you can be like, I don't care if there's a GFI, I'll put in the GFI myself, run down to Home Depot or Lowe's, pick it up, pop it in. I mean, that's something I can do. So you have to be aware of those situations when I'm saying, hey, this might come up. But it's also at the appraiser's discretion. They're supposed to pull all these things, but they might not see it, they might not note it, they might not care about that going on. The handrails I already talked about. Heating and air conditioning. If the heating system has to be safe and adequate, unvented space heaters have to be inspected by a heating contractor. Paint can't be chipping, peeling, flaking. But again, I had an FHA loan that it had peeling paint, and we had to go and peel off the sand down. They had to sand down all the peeling paint and put up the repaint it. Porches and decks, they can't have any sagging and rotting. But really, how many of the homes that you're selling are going to have those anyway on a general house? Like I said, you might run into it sometimes on a conventional, but there's a lot of homes and they're not going to go FHA or VA if you have that. The roof, obvious problems like torn shingles, missing shingles, leaks, gaping holes that are going to need repair or replacement. The appraiser has to estimate whether it has adequate remaining life. Again, that's something that comes up with the other government-backed loans too. Termite, fungus, dry rot, a termite inspection is going to be required in your area. There are 9 states that do allow the veteran to pay for the termite inspection. So if you're selling your house to a veteran in Tennessee, then you need to understand that you're going to be paying for their termite inspection. It's somewhere between $50 and $100. Most commonly in the Spring Hill, Columbia area, I think it's running right now at $85. Know that you have to pay that. That's not something that the veteran is legally allowed to pay, except in 9 states, and I can print those off on the comments too if somebody's interested. And the property has to have hot water, a continuing supply of safe drinking water, and a method of disposal. Now, on both FHA and VA loans, you're going to be asked to sign an FHA VA addendum, and it says if there is public sewer and water, that it is going to be hooked up before closing. That if it's not there, they don't have to put it in. You can also have it on a well. They may require a well test, but I'll tell you what, if you're selling your house and it has a well, you might want to just have the water inspected anyway, because most buyers, conventional, cash, VA, USDA, FHA, are going to ask about that anyway. So if anybody has any questions or has a veteran that is looking to buy a house, I would really like to talk to them. If you're wanting to sell your house and you want to say, hey, I want veterans to be able to have a shot at buying this house, or maybe you want to give preference to a veteran, then let me know. We'll come out and we'll take a look at your house, but get me in touch with them. Also, if you're not in this area, if you're not in Middle Tennessee where I service, and you know a veteran elsewhere, you can still have them get in touch with me, and I will get them in touch with not just a great realtor, but one who also has the designation of military relocation professional. So let's support our veterans. Let's not just see a VA loan offer come in on our house and go, oh, I'm not doing it because it's crappy. They revised these standards, I think the last time was in the spring of 19. This is not, as they say, this is not your grandpa's VA loan. So let's not discriminate against VA loans for our veterans. Have any questions? Give me a shout. You can find me on Instagram at Twinnessee. These videos are going to be uploaded onto YouTube at I Love My TN Home, and you can reach me at Twinnessee@gmail as well with questions. Private message me here or on whatever channel you saw it, And like I said, let's support our veterans. It's something that I am a very strong advocate of. My family having served back to the Revolution and having a lot of friends who have served as well. So that's it for today. Jennifer Weithman with Benchmark with VA Homes or Loans, and we're gonna next week talk about appraisal gap condition clause, because we're starting to see tons and tons of multiple offers, not just here but nationally. And then after that, I think we're going to talk about escalation clauses, which we see in multiple offers too. So again, multiple offer or not, let's get these veterans into the home that they want. Talk to you guys later.